It's 9 o'clock and I have a present for my car. That is what I actually want to work on today. 1 second. I know that's not focused. We're putting on coilovers. You gotta remove your strut bar. 14 millimeter, 4 bolts on each side. What I already did is I already sprayed the bolts that I'm gonna need to undo with PB Blaster. So I sprayed this bolt up here and this bolt up here. That's for this arm, which is where it hooks. And then if you follow the strut down, there's one bolt at the bottom and I sprayed both sides. We're gonna let that sit for a minute. That bolt right there with the socket on it is a 17. That bolt up there with the wrench on it is a 14. You got the same one on that side. And then you'll have the top hat bolts. The problem with these is that they're so tight and they're so old, you don't want to snap them. You want to know my philosophy? When one tool won't get off your bolt, try a bigger one. Yeah, this will do it. Money. It's like butter. That's it. Now we gotta take the little stuff off. There's a couple brake lines that are on. Alright, sorry about that. So I got the other side in, but not without its difficulties. So I was told that you could just take that bolt and that bolt for this arm off, but I actually had to take this bolt off that connects to the knuckle, take off the sway bar end link, that bolt, and then the top bolts. Then it all comes out. Make sure you take off all these brake parts too. Take this one out again. Spring loaded. Little by little, just gotta wiggle it out. God, this stuff is so dirty and nasty. Let's get the coilovers in. So I adjusted these already. I made them a little bit taller. I was just gonna go with factory ride, but you don't know what I have to deal with in the city as far as crappy roads. We're gonna go higher initially, let it settle, and then we can always lower it. So you want to make sure that your top hat bolts or nuts, you want to make sure these are on, but not too tight, just enough to hold it up. Then we'll go back here and start tightening everything. Just make everything snug. The hardest piece is definitely this sway bar end link, because you have to get everything lined perfectly to get that baby in. I'm literally the worst at working because I lose washers and bolts and I have to spend 2 minutes every time finding them. Then we have our long bolt that goes on the bottom. A lot of times what you gotta do is pull your jack up. Jack up the lower control arm from the bottom and align it like that. Also, can I say, this Hercules 1/4 inch impact driver I just got it from Harbor Freight yesterday. This thing rules. There's only one bolt that I had to use my big 1/2 inch impact for. Otherwise, this got everything. All right, so all the big bolts are in, so now I'll go back and tighten all of them. All right, here's the rear. 2 bolts up there, spring bucket, and the actual shock. 1, 2, 3, 4. I already hit them with PB Blaster. We're gonna wait a second and then we'll get all of them off. When the small one fails, figure out how to get the big one in there. And if you can't get it off with the big one, you might just be fucked. So we'll just douse that and work on getting the spring out of here. All right, it's a new day. I could not get the rear strut bolt off of either side last time. Let me show you. So this bolt right here, that's the one I can't get off. I've used PB Blaster like 6 different times, like every 30 minutes, 6 different times. And now I bought a small butane torch, so we're gonna see if heat works. And I know this is working because I just got the other side off, so I'm gonna show you how I'm doing this one. To note, a mini butane torch is probably not the one that you should be using. You should be using a big butane torch, but I got the small one. So I have PB Blaster sitting on there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the butane torch, which will pretty much get rid of all the PB Blaster. I'm gonna use that until the bolt is hot, and I'm doing the bolt side of it, like the head side, and the other side that screws into the strut. And I'm gonna do that until it's hot, spray it with some more PB Blaster, wait a second, try the impact. If the impact doesn't work, I'll try my breaker bar. The breaker bar is what got the other side, even though I'm using my half-inch impact gun. So this is all I do. I'm just heating the bolt, and I'm gonna do it on that side too. And I'm just gonna hold this for a while until the bolt really gets hot. So this is the side that I've already got the bolt out. We just need to take these 2 out from up top, which are super easy. We'll take out this one from the bottom. And since the shock's blown, we can just pull it down to compress it so we can get it out of here easier. How do you know if your shock's blown? It's because I can compress just like this, and I'm super weak. This is literally the last bolt that I need to break loose. The top bolts I've already broken loose. I just need to get this so I can get it out on each side and the coils can go in. This is literally it. I still need to adjust the front coils. It's sitting like a monster truck right now, but I probably won't do that today. Try the impact first. Nothing. So we'll try the breaker bar. Yes! Yes. And finally, good job. Now we got the 2 bolts up top. This is out. Compress it by hand because you know your shocks are blown. It's out. Let's put the coils on now. So I have the coils and I have the extender on top. I think you feed the extender up through, but it's super self-explanatory. 2 bolts up top, 1 on bottom. It's got the nut. BCs come with the nut already attached, so we'll get them in. All right, correction. This comes out of the top with just the wire. I'll feed it down. So over here, I got the coilover in, and I got this, but it's wedged here and it doesn't turn. So I think I'm gonna get this hole, the first one that looks more straight up from it, and drill it out. Try to make it bigger, and we'll see if that works a little bit better. As you can see, my drill really sucks. There we go. Gotta be real careful because this extender is sitting right under there, but there we go. Not the prettiest. Now I have a ton of metal shavings to clean up, but that should come out right through there. So I'm gonna take it off again from below and feed it through. All right, so what I did was I marked it because I had to raise, aka compress the whole thing, but I had to raise this bottom part so I could fit it in there. So I'll get it in there, I'll hook the top hat, the twister on, then I'll bolt this in, and then I'll raise the whole car. But as you know, I'm terrible at keeping up with tools. So I gotta find that Allen key. I don't know why I'm so bad at this. All right, the top twist part's on. So now, put this bolt through. There we go. Top hat's lined up. So now I just got to extend the whole coilover. I've adjusted it. I'm not going to worry about both sides being perfectly equal right now because the coilovers are going to have to settle anyways. So once they settle, then I'll come back and I'll adjust them and I'll get them equal in height. I'm just going to put these top hat bolts on, which I can't reach with gloves on because it's such a tight space. So I'm not going to fully tighten these yet. Now I just got to tighten this lower cap and tighten all these bolts and put the wheels on. That's it. All right. We got the front. That's super high. On the back, that's super high. We'll see what happens after I drive it a little bit. We're gonna leave it like this. We'll adjust it later. But that's it. Coilovers are on. Sweet.